I'm going to show you how to make an Magic 8 Ball in MIT App Inventor. Alright, so first thing you're going to do is start a new project. You want to label it Magic 8 Ball. I'm going to put 2 because this is my second version, but whatever you want, you can name it however you like. So there's several components you want for your first screen. The way this version is going to work is we're going to have one screen here where you're going to ask the question, and it's going to send you to a second screen that's going to show you your fortune. So the first thing you need is a label. You can just drag it over, and this label is going to be your question. You're basically asking, what is your question for the Magic 8 Ball? So text, you go here. Once you drag it over, you'll see it on the side. You're going to the text here, and you're going to write in that corner, ask the Magic 8 Ball anything. You can do any iteration of that. Okay. I like to have it centered. You can move things around if you want. Change the font, color, etc. Alignment means centered or whatnot, so you know where it is. With automatic, height automatic, I do that. And then now you're done with that. Good. Next, you need a place for them to ask the question. So you need a text box for that. So let's see. Text box right here. So you're going to click and drag that there. I would make this a little bit bigger because when you want to type the question, you want to have more space. So width is how wide it is. I would hit fill parent. That means it goes all the way across the screen. And then you can, for the height, you can make it a different size. You can add 20%. Let's take a look. That looks pretty good. So you can type in there. Now you need a button. You have the question, you have the text box, and now you need a button so you can indicate that you are asking the question and it'll make you go to the next screen. So you're going to go up here and you're going to hit button and drag that over. My suggestion would be for the button to say something like, submit your question here. Submit your question here. And then centered or whatnot. Either way is fine. And these are just basic. I haven't added any colors in there, but feel free to add colors. One extra thing that might make it more creative would be to add an image. So for my version, I have decided to add an image of a Magic 8 Ball. Specifically, I want to put a GIF underneath. This is optional, but it adds a little bit more spice to your image. So in order to do that, you need a picture. So the image I wanted to pick originally was this, but I didn't like how it said "nah" at the end. So I actually edited this image a little bit. So now I have this image where it just is repeating. That's a whole different story about how to get to making GIFs, but you can just find an image online that you like. I'm going with the one I made earlier. Oh, wrong one. And then I'll come back to here. And once you're back, you're going to go to Web Viewer. And you're going to click and drag that there. Right now, don't worry about adding anything. But you are going to add the link in the side eventually. So don't worry about it for now. Now we have all the components that we need here. And after this, you're going to go to blocks. So first things first, we need to know what the button does, because otherwise it's just going to stay static. So the first thing we need to do is our button. You're going to click here. And when you see all of these, you're going to see the first one, when button 1 click, do blank. You're You're going to drag that open. After that, I believe you can scroll down to, let's see, open another screen name. It's going to be in the control on the side that's yellow. And click and drag that there. So you're going to make another screen because it's only screen 1 so far. Screen 1 is the first screen, the opening screen when you start the app. So you need to add a screen. I'm going to name it Fortune. Okay. And now when you click button 1, oh, it's going to pop you back. This is now the second screen. So going back to blocks, I make sure, see, this is the Fortunes blocks. You need to go back to screen 1. And when you have the button click, now instead of screen 1, you need to hit Fortune here. That way, when you hit the button on this section, submit your question here, it takes you to the screen Fortune, which is currently empty because we haven't done anything with it. Before that, we're going to go back to screen 1 and the blocks because I wanted to add the GIF for the web viewer. So you're going to click web viewer. Actually, before that, let's see, control. I'm looking for when screen 1 initialize. Let's see. It might just be here. Yes. So you're going to click screen 1 here. And you're going to find when screen 1 initialize. So this just means that when the screen opens, it's going to do this. And what is it going to do? It's going to open the web viewer. So I'm going to click web viewer here. And it's going to be call web viewer. And you need to go to URL, the one with the little clicky in the bottom. So I'm going to click that. Click it in. And now you need a little text box. Just like this Fortune little text box, you need one more. So go to text, go to top one, click this and drag and put it in. And in that space, you're going to paste the GIF link. So I'm going to go back to my GIF, copy the link, go back to here and paste the link. So that is what it should look like. So now when the screen opens, you're going to have this GIF initialize and it will show up on the bottom of your screen. So when you go here, it's going to have Ask the Magic 8 Ball anything. It's going to have a place to submit your question. And then it's going to have the button to send you to the Fortune screen. And following that, you're going to have a cute image on the bottom. You can have a static image where it doesn't move, but for fun, I put a GIF. Alright, so we are finished with the blocks on screen 1. Now we need to get to screen 2 and add our actual fortunes. Otherwise, we are just looking at a blank screen. So, go to Fortunes, Designer, Blocks. Actually, before that, let's go back to Designer. And we're going to take a look. What do we need? For a little extra, I decided rather than just having it type out the fortunes, which you definitely can do, instead of that, I'm going to actually add images. I went on the web to find images of Magic 8 Ball answers. You can find them on the online. They have free vectors. So yes, no, it will pass, count on it, etc., etc. So there's a bunch of different images I've already found online. I made screenshots of them all. Or at least a few of them. I picked yes, no, maybe, ask and wait for it. And you can pick as many as you like, or just a few. But once you find some images, you are going to hold them, put them in a folder, and just let them sit for a bit. So, first things first, we want that image to show up. So, image. Afterwards, we need, what if you want to ask another question? So we need a button for you to go back to the first screen. So again, you're going to find another button and put it there. So Fortune, aka the second screen, is going to be very simple in this view. Okay, so now we're going to the blocks. This one is a little complicated because you might need to add the images one by one, but that is okay. So what's going to happen is you're going to go into variables, and what you're going to do is you're going to see this top one, initialize global name 2. All right, so you're going to click that. This specifically is going to show what Fortune 1 is going to have. What's going to appear when you open that screen. Specifically, because we want to make different screens, now we need to make a list. This allows the computer to randomly pick from a list of images or texts, and allows it to be different each time. It'll randomize it. So to make a list, you need to go to the blue. So you see lists, and you're going to just make a list and click it in. So the next part is the images. So we're going to go back we're going to click this. Actually, before we do this one, let me delete that. You're going to upload the files. So first you want the images. So first you're going to go to upload file. You're going to go to browse, and you're going to find your image. So yes, first image, open. And you're going to say okay, and you're going to see it appear here. You're going to hit each one, browse, no, open, okay, and it's going to appear here. You want all of them here. Upload, browse, ask again, open, okay, upload file, browse, maybe, open, okay, and then one more. I did 5, wait for it, and open, and okay. So now that you have these images, you're going to go into Fortune in this side screen, or image, either one is fine, and you're going to see in the very corner a little section that says yes, and you're going to pull it out and click it. So this means yes is now in the first part of the list. All right, so you have the yes PNG, and once you have that, you need to add more. So you can just click this, just click it, and copy it with Command C or Control C, and paste. Get a second one. And you see how you only have 2 here right now. You need to now push it to no. And let's see, I have more images. What do we do? You go to the make a list, you go to that little gear symbol here, you're going to click it, and you're going to go to item and drag to here. So now you have another part. But I have 5 I want to do. So you're going to do item, another one. So we have 4, item, and now we have 5. Okay? So again, you're going to the little gear, items, and adding them. So again, copy, paste, put another one. So we have yes, no, ask again, paste, another one, maybe, paste, and now the final one, wait for it. So now we have all of our images. All right, so one other thing is you need to name this list. So this list, I'm going to just write fortunes, and that's the name of this list. So how do we get it to start picking these images? What you need to do is when you start the control, you're going to go to fortune, and then it's going to be when fortune initialize, do blank. And so first you're going to click that. Now you need to set the image. So you're going to here, image on the side, and you're going to find set image to, let's see, picture. Yes, right here. So you're going to be set image 1 to picture 2, and then you're going to remove the yes image because you're not setting it to yes image. And it's going to do a little X because it's unhappy. What you wanted to do is set image 1, which is this designer image 1, to the picture from one of these list images. And to do that, you need to go to the blue list again. And then you're going to say pick a random item list. So this allows it to pick any of these images in this list. And it allows you to randomize it without needing to manually put it one by one. Finally, you need to find, let's see, and after you have to pick a random item list, you're going to variables, you're going to click variables, and you're going to get this one. It says get, and there's a little bar here. And you're going to click here, and then you see these are global fortunes. You're going to get global fortunes. So when fortune, the screen, initializes, it's going to set the first image to a picture from a random item of the list of global fortunes. Okay, final part, and you can delete these pieces here. Image, you don't need this. And this part, you don't need. What you need to do is the button. To go back to the first screen, it's very similar to the other side. You're going to go to button. When button click, click here. And then control, you're going to open another screen name, and click here, and screen 1. So now you've allowed it to cycle. For the first screen, it's going to open up, and it's going to have that web viewer image. Once that image opens up, you can then see the GIF running. You can also do a still image. That's totally fine too. Now, once they write something in that text box, it doesn't actually matter what they write. Once they click the button, it's going to open the second screen, which we've named Fortune. On that second screen, it's going to initialize as any image from the list of global fortunes here. Oh, I think I need to fix this. Global fortune, there. So once it comes in, it'll pick a random item from this list, either yes, no, ask again, maybe, wait for it. And then once someone has finished reading their fortune, if they want to go back to the first screen, they just hit the button, which allows them to go back to screen 1. Okay? And that's how you make the Magic 8 Ball. Thank you for watching.